is crazy. You had a runaway judge who just ruled against something that, again, the appellate division has already knocked out 85% of this case. But that's not the point. This is legal lawfare. They don't care. They just want to hurt a man. And again, they're sending tremors across this country. And by the way, Maria, I want to mention one other thing. People internationally are watching this charade. America's losing our standing in the world. When they see this, people invest in America from all over the planet because they know we're the safe harbor, that this kind of stuff can't exist and doesn't exist. And now they're seeing this exist in the United States. You know the damage that does to our country?
Eric, you and your brother have also been ordered to pay a judgment. What role did you have in any of this? Absolutely nothing. And the judge, even in his final, closing days, said that we had nothing to do with it. So all of a sudden, when we were put in a judgment, that we each have to pay $4 or $5 million and we can't do business in New York, which the appellate court has already stayed. I'm saying they're saying, wait a second. You're in your final order, you said that we had nothing to do with this case, and now all of a sudden we can't do. Maria, the more that they can name the Trumps and the more that they can hurt us, the more they think it's going to benefit Joe Biden in 2024. What they don't realize is, again. Go ahead.
Please.
Go back to the reason that this is happening in the beginning, because they say he overflated his assets valuations. You had auditors looking at those valuations, correct?
Yeah, and you had a disclaimer that's 3 pages long saying these are our values. We believe Mar-a-Lago's worth this. And by the way, the values were very low. We believe Mar-a-Lago's this, so we believe Doral worth this. But if you disagree with any of these numbers, go out and do your own valuations. Real estate's subjective. We believe we have the best properties in the world. The values have proven to be low. I sold a hotel in Washington, D.C. that was substantially less money on the statement of financial condition than what I sold the hotel for. It's crazy. The only assets we have ever sold, we sold for more than were ever listed. But again, these points don't matter to these people, Maria. They're trying to hurt an individual.
What is the capacity that President Trump has to continue campaigning should they be able to take this kind of money from him? What happens next if they start seizing assets? And can they do that tomorrow?
Well, in terms of my father, this isn't his first rodeo. What he's had to fight through for the last 8 years, I can tell you as a son, is unthinkable. For every bullet, for every attack that you watch on your show or on TV, Maria, I can tell you there's 1,000 behind the scenes that we deal with as a family. The amount of arrows, the amount of shots that they've taken at this man, and he never, ever stops. He's the toughest guy I've ever met in my entire life. He's going to win in November. I don't care what they do to him. I don't care if they strip him of every single building, of every single property. He will never, ever, ever stop fighting. That's his conviction. That's who he is as a family. That's frankly who we are as a family. And, we've seen this game before, and they can only cry wolf so many times, Maria. And all of America's onto it. They know what they know what's happening. Letitia James campaigned on this promise to do exactly this.
That's
and
right.
It's a disgrace to New York State, and I hope the appellate court fixes this problem.
Eric, thank you so much for taking this on and for joining us this morning. Of course, we'll be watching this and following it.